Hello everybody, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we got Battle Report 135.
Hope you remember to edit all that.
I'm not editing any of it. If you guys just saw a huge, incredible mess, that's because I'm lazy and forgot to fix it.
And some weird words in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Battle Report 135.
Yes. This is my 5th game at Corner Hammer. If you've been watching along so far, you've noticed that I had a mighty 12 points after one day, after the entire first day, but managed to double that in Game 4.
There you go.
So, going on to Game 5, it's Orcs and Goblins versus the Daemon Legions.
So you're, once again...
Another army with its immune to panic.
Yes.
So
Matt Damon.
Yep. So there's my Orcs and Goblins list. Pause if you'd like. And we're playing the Daemon Legions.
Matt Damon's Legions.
The, oops, where's that shifting around? Okay, there we go. Playing the Daemon Legions. The, he has a Courtesan of Lust, which is the greater demon. Not a greater demon. Greater demon.
Whatever you call him, yeah.
He's the general. He's got 2 spells of divination.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Eternal Sword, the Shackles of Reality, and the Token of Lust. He's an adept with 2 spells.
Yes.
I said that, didn't I?
We said that already.
Did I say he's got an Eternal Sword?
You did. You also said you said he had divination, but since it's on the end, why don't you say it again?
He's got divination.
Okay.
He's got 3 units of 15 sirens with full command. One of them has a rending banner.
Okay, some extra AP.
2 units of 5 furies of lust.
Okay.
And 2 units of 6 cursed clawed fiends with the clawed caress, and another unit of 5 clawed fiends with the clawed caress.
So it's got a little bit of movement in this army.
Everything on the bottom part of it, actually, no, you know what? Everything in this is a 10/20 movement. The Furies might be 9/18. Maybe I'm wrong. This is a very, very fast army, and I'm scared.
Yeah. Not really.
I'm not smart enough to be scared.
Okay.
I've got a movement 4 army, and his
Yeah.
a movement 10. Yeah, that's bad. So moving forward.
Well, sirens don't move that fast.
What's that? Which don't? Oh,
Sirens.
you're correct. The sirens are only 6. Good point. So there you have it. I want to go first. I want to shoot stuff. I want to make him hide his. I want to make him hide his demon.
Okay.
So I dropped everything, and with the intention of going first. This is the secondary objective. Primary was deployment was the one where you start deploying on one side and deploy down
What,
along
march
the
column
road.
thing?
It's a marching column. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Surprised.
What's that? That they used it?
Yeah, tournament.
Yeah, especially on the last game. I was
Yeah.
kind of really surprised.
Yeah.
He's still deploying his stuff, but this is where I dropped everything
Okay.
because I've got a good lane of fire through the middle. He's got the big hill to hide behind, but like I said, he's got to come out from behind it sometime.
So what is this mystic terrain?
Okay, so starting on the top, we have top left is a forest. This was actually a field in the top center.
Okay.
It wasn't a water feature this time.
Okay.
There was a fence on the left.
Fence?
There's a hedge by the
Oh,
token in
I'm
the
sorry.
center
That's so
left.
small. Yes.
A small hill down here on the
Okay.
left. Another hill on the middle right.
Right.
And a forest and a building down here on my
So
side.
it is a building because it had a base underneath.
It is a
I'm
building.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not understanding why. They did this in a couple games where there's a base under the building, which I did not understand, but
Okay.
that's what it was. So there's my deployment, keeping things bunched together for the leadership checks, because really, I'm going to be making leadership tests if that demon hits me, because I don't have much.
Yep.
It's going to be going first and killing a lot of guys. Wolf Riders deploy on the far left because there's nothing really they can mess with. What I'm hoping just to do is just shoot up, the sirens or something
Right.
with them, because what other choice do I have? So there's my left. There's the right. And he drops his army there.
Okay.
So again, you're correct. All the monstrous infantry stuff is movement 10/20. This is Vanguards. I came forward. I got the unit on the hill within 24, so it can shoot its stuff.
Oh, he's using. Does he play Age of Sigmar or is he?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
Okay, see the guys on round
he's
bases.
definitely one of the two.
Yeah.
Because the sirens are all on round bases.
Yeah, I see that. Or maybe both.
What's that?
Or maybe both games.
Yeah, could play all of the above.
Yeah.
So we go into turn 1, and both my Wolf Rider units go far flank. The one on the one on your right, all the way out there by itself, is my mage in it.
Okay.
Because it's good to have him out there all by himself. The other one off here on the left, I'm hoping for some, I'm hoping to march block and maybe slip a wound or two through.
Right.
And it's kind of the same thing on the right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the other thing is I wanted my mage within 18 of his demon, because I'm going to try to do random movement on it to
slow it down.
To slow it down and make him uncontrolled.
Mm-hmm.
It's a much better picture. And there's the left.
I'm sorry, did he have a BSB?
He does not have a BSB.
Okay. So he's also susceptible to
He
panic.
has one character.
Okay.
He's susceptible to panic, except for the whole army.
Except the army doesn't care, yeah.
Yeah. There's an exception to that.
Yes, there is.
So, between shooting stuff, the Wolf Riders managed to kill 2 of the gargoyles in front of them.
Right.
And on the far right, I've hit that unit with the archers, and I think the Wolf Riders did a wound, and I believe the Splatterer accounted for
some more.
3 more, I think.
Okay.
Because that was the unit with 5 to start with.
Right.
So I killed one, which was a major accomplishment. Actually, I killed one there.
Well, models are like Medusa looking.
They
models.
are. They're kind of the Merilith demon thing with the 6 arms.
Oh, okay.
They've got the 6 arms with swords all over them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice looking army.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't like my Wolf Riders and Mage over here.
It would seem not.
So this is one of those got enough dynamite there butch moments.
Yeah.
On one hand, I'm a little happy because the demon is not coming forward.
Yeah.
But if he kills my Wizard Master Mage, I'm in trouble. He also turned to look. He's also got a spell. He's got the divination attack spell, whatever that one is. Fate's Judgment or something. The one that does like 2D, D3 or D6 that wounds automatically, and all you get is an armor save or something to that effect. So anyway, so there you go. He actually did fail his march test on the one on the far left. They couldn't march, and since he couldn't get as far as he wanted, he just kind of came forward a bit. Rest of his army moved up a little bit, and we go to turn 2. Again, nothing. He's only got 2 spells. Nothing significant's happening. So I'm looking at the situation, and I can take it with my Wolf Rider unit on the far right. I can take a march test at a 6 and try to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real likely, because if I fail, I'm a dead man. So there is if you notice the gap between the demon and the unit of 3 gargoyles up top right, there's enough of a gap to shoot through that and charge that unit of gargoyles.
Right.
Now, the danger, of course, is I'm putting my mage into a fight. My 2 wound, 6 armor mage into a fight. But realistically, that's the only way I see out of this mess that I put myself into. So, over here, the Wolf Riders back off to get out of range here. The Wolf Riders over here move around. On the left, move around so they can get both units within march block.
Right.
And continue just to shoot away. And you can see up on the top right where the Wolf Riders have charged into gargoyles. Even if I don't win this fight, I can increase my front rank and get those 4 guys in the back out of arc.
Or take a few casualties and same thing.
Or yeah. Take the more expected route is where I take the casualties.
Yes.
Kind of trying to move over here to support a little bit. You can see the Nasher hero hiding behind the hill, trying to get there. The other guy's moving up a little bit. Nasher heroes are good, but That's a tough army. They don't want to fight much over there. Shooting, the splatterers take out two of the clawed fiends in this middle unit, and between archery, I take out one more on the left.
Okay.
I had 16 shots going into the one on the left, 8 from the back and 8 from the front, and managed to put 2 more wounds and knock them down. So I've killed a total of 4 at this point, which is good. I'm real happy about that. I put debuff the movement on the guys on the right, and I have actually I double debuffed it and got the deceptive glamour off on the Furies to help, because my Wolf Riders need all the help they can get. The other thing I got was the Raven's wing off. It passed through the unit of clawed fiends on the left.
You put it on your Nasher.
I put it on my Nasher. It passed through the unit of clawed fiends on the left and landed behind it. I think it did 1 or 2 wounds.
Okay.
There's a red die back there, but I can't see what it says.
Okay.
So all in all, like I said, I'm wounding them good. I've double slowed down their movement, so I'm feeling good about that. And my Wolf Riders managed to break through. Here's the rest of my army. There's that combat. They managed to break through. I don't want to go off the table because I don't want him to be able to put his demon in a position just to wait for him.
Right.
Where there's no chance they get away. So after we broke them, we just went wide.
Okay, couldn't pivot.
No, if I pivot, my center has to stay the same.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I can't tell by the angle if you get the pivot.
Yeah, I did not. So there's the overall picture of that. And like I said, the artillery was doing a bit, so he figures he needs to get something moving. So he declares some charges. The one on the left just comes forward. The unit of 4 that was here in the center comes into my Iron Orcs. And
looks like you shot off more than another guy.
what's that?
The one on the
Earlier
left.
turn, yes. Last turn I shot off 2.
I saw you got the one on the right. I didn't see you got the one on the
you didn't
left.
see the one on the left where I got the other one? Yep. Yeah, I said the archers plucked off one more because they'd already had wounds on them. This unit here that you see on the side of the hill had tried to charge the other Iron Orc unit and failed.
Okay.
The double minus dupe movement did it for him.
Yeah.
Checking some ranges there. He's got 2 wounds on him in that unit in the center now. I see that.
And sliding off his base.
Yeah, it's a rough hill. The unit of Sirens does a 360, faces the Cave Nasher.
Okay.
And his Demon Prince decides
180?
What's that?
A 180.
Whatever it was.
360 would be facing the same way.
Did I say 360?
You did.
I don't think so. Go back and listen. The gargoyles make their march test and head down to try to deal with my war machines.
Okay.
Start heading in that direction at least. And the big demon starts heading down the board edge. There's that. And that's what he's got. So what he's doing is, he did it this turn as well, is he started on this turn. When his demon came out here and, in the open, he's 5 dicing the scrying.
Okay.
So this turn I was able to stop it, but because I stopped the scrying, he was within 18 inches and zapped off my Nasher hero.
Back there. Okay.
One of my Nasher heroes, which was upsetting. I like those guys a lot. Now, as you see, the Clawed Fiends charged into the unit of Iron Orcs, and the Iron Orcs decimated them.
No surprise there.
It was a big surprise to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, especially with him getting the charge. I thought he was going to hammer me.
Mm-hmm.
He's +1 to wound. He's strength 4, +1 to wound.
Yeah.
AP 2 a total, I think.
Yeah.
And he's going first. He only killed 4. He rolled poorly.
Yeah.
And I rolled, again, he rolled below average, I rolled above average.
Yeah.
He failed his leadership check and popped off.
Okay.
And he's gone. That was a kind of a surprise to me.
Yeah. Well, he can't.
It was a reduced unit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he only had 4 guys coming in.
Right.
So, anyway. So that's the end of his turn. That's what we're seeing. And the Iron Orcs do not have to pivot because the unit on the far left, the 3 Fiends, are in arc already.
Okay.
And if I pivot, it actually puts me further away. Corner to corner wise.
Right.
So they declare the charge. The Iron Orcs on the right declare a charge. I call the war cry just to make sure.
Yep.
And that's that. Let's better look at that. Those guys make it into the flank.
It's not going to go well.
That's probably not going to go well. And the Iron Orcs make it into the front of this unit. Now, since I brought my general up,
Yeah.
the Nasher hero is within 12 of the general, makes his march test, and pops over here in front of Mr. Demon.
That's right, to block him off.
So, yeah, I mean, he doesn't fly. So, there you go. Wolf Riders in the top of the board reform. They've got everything they need within range. They're happy where they are.
Right. They just shoot and cast magic.
Yep. The other Wolf Rider unit I bring back up to the hill because I'm pretty sure they're safe here on this hill. I don't think the Fiends on the left are going to survive that. And to keep the unit of Sirens off, at least one unit off my the flank of my Iron Orcs, I bring up my Wolf Riders to just chaff them.
Okay.
And you can see the Ed Bashers have moved up. They're sitting on the token and they're ready to countercharge to support the Iron Orcs.
Right.
So as long as the general doesn't die in the Iron Orcs, I should be there.
Yes. It's unlikely that he'll die against those guys.
Feel what?
It's unlikely he'll die against those guys.
Right. So there we have that. On top of everything else, I get the Deceptive Glamour off onto this unit of Fiends on the hill. This is the -2 weapon skill and -2 initiative.
Okay.
The initiative really doesn't hurt him that much, but the weapon skill certainly does.
Yes.
And what else do we get?
And you put an eye on the other ones behind him, it looks like.
Yeah, I put the slow their movement down
Yeah.
on the spell I got off. Repeat pictures. I took a lot of pictures of the same thing with nothing changing, didn't I? On the far left, the Iron Orcs cleaned up, smashed the unit of Quad Fiends.
And turned around.
They failed, they failed their test and popped.
Yeah.
If they even had, anyway.
If they had many left.
That was pretty rough, yeah. And then we go to the combat on the right. Yes, combat on the right. Did we fight that combat? Yep, there we go.
There you go.
So I've killed 9. He killed 6. Looks like he killed 9 of me. Looks like we did 9 wounds apiece, which is more of how
don't they have 4 wounds each?
They have 3, I believe.
I thought they were 4 at 4. Yeah. Maybe it's 4 attacks. I'm thinking.
They definitely have. I think it's 4 attacks each.
Yeah.
This is kind of how I expected the other fight to go. Not just completely obliterate them like they did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he sticks around on this one, and I'm stuck there. I'm actually up against him, but because of the hill, it's causing problems.
Right.
You'll see that in a minute. We'll figure that one out and correct that issue. You can see the Iron Orcs in the back have turned to face him in the combat. His turn. Oh, and I did manage to hit him with believe it was the Git launcher that did. Both the other ones didn't fail. The splatterers failed,
Okay.
and the Git launcher puts 2 wounds on him.
Okay.
I believe it was the Git launcher. Now we've removed the hill and just kind of marked where the boundaries of the hill were off to the right.
Okay.
Just so we could put the units down where they
Right,
belong.
right.
He charged his Sirens in to support.
Oh, they were in the front, not the flank. Okay.
They were in the front. And
The other Sirens?
I thought the other Sirens came in. There they go.
There we go.
Smash. The other sirens came in.
Oh, he's missing one.
That was a bow shot.
Okay.
Well, the mighty goblin archery.
There you go.
Has picked off one.
And you sent the he sent the guys
he
in the
needed to
flank.
clear off. He needed to clear it off. So
Okay.
charging the flank of the Wolf Riders. There you go. Not going to be a good day for Wolf Riders.
Mm-hmm.
His
advance towards your war machine.
Remaining gargoyles keep pushing forward.
And decided to attack your little dude.
He's within 12.
No,
Yeah.
Nasher, yeah.
It was that, or turn around and
Yep.
walk away and let him hop in front of you again.
No, you gotta kill him.
So, got to kill him. I measured this distance, and the Wolf Riders here on the hill in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's just under 21 to the side of the gargoyles that are coming down to fight the war machines.
Okay.
So I had a rerollable 12 shot at going after.
There you go. Do you have the ankle?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I have the arc as well. So that's what we have. Let's fight the combats.
And we have this picture again.
It's a picture from the other side. And there's a picture from this side.
Yep.
When my opponent's thinking about things and trying to do stuff, I tend to take pictures. It's just whether I've weeded them all out or not. So there's that fight. He killed me there. The fight with the sirens in the center. If you see this, where they charge the side of the Wolf Riders, he did a wound.
Wow.
I did 2 back.
Wow.
That is a wow.
That's bad luck.
But, I mean, he had a charge. He had a big flank. He's got a wound.
Yeah.
He's got a rank. I did 2 wounds. So I'm still down by 3. So I'm a 6-up rerollable to stick around. And to tell you the truth, I would love for them to flee. I want them to run. Because if I run, he can either catch me or he can sit where he is. The Ed Bashers on the right are free. You know, I've got Ed Bashers and Iron Orcs ready to deal with everything. I would like them to get out of my way. But they rolled it. I don't know what it was. A 5.
Roll like a boss.
They rolled and stood there.
Okay.
Of course, they did not roll good the second try and couldn't turn to face. But they stayed there. Because the other...
Sorry, back up.
The other problem...
The other fight we were talking about?
Oh, sorry. The other problem over here was had they been able to turn to face, I could have done a single file and maybe tried to get somebody to slip through or whatever. But they didn't even manage to do that for me. So, over here, the fight continued. It was kind of a slap fight. I mean, he's only got 2 sirens in on the left. I mean, on the right.
Looks like you've lost a few guys.
Yeah, he's killing me. This turn, I killed almost nothing.
Yeah.
You see, I didn't kill any on the ones on my flank. I killed one on the one on the right.
Yeah.
There was a challenge somewhere. He challenged with the champ from the unit on the right. Challenged, and I think my champion took it.
Okay.
But anyway, so.
But you're stubborn.
But I'm stubborn. 9, and
that's one with your BSB or the one
stubborn
with the
9 with the general.
Oh, the general's
and the BSB's in the front right corner of this unit here, which is within 12 of the back.
The general's
corner.
protected, so.
And the general does have 2-up armor and a 5-up ward. So back to my turn. The big demon ate my guy, so my Wolf Riders came up to be next in line.
Yep.
To take it. If you'll notice, the mage decided not to stick around with them.
Yeah. Where is the mage?
He's on the top of the screen somewhere.
Okay.
Just off the top of the screen.
Okay.
Off on the bottom, I elected not to try the rerollable 12. Tried the safer route and marched up.
Shoot some off.
And see if I can shoot some.
Okay.
The Ed Bashers have come into the flank of the Sirens, which is not a good day for the Sirens.
Nope.
And there's my mage back there. So go back into magic. I get the Deceptive Glamour off once again. He's stopping the things that he really needs to, because I'm trying. I mean, the Deceptive Glamour is bad, but I'm trying random movement on the big guy,
right?
And other stuff. But this is the lesser of the evils. Is the Deceptive Glamour on a unit that he figures is already gone. see. I shot off a guard. My unit.
So I assume that is
That gargoyle
casualty,
got shot off from down there. There you go.
Okay.
Showed you the casualty before I show you where he come from.
Yes.
Makes it more interesting that way. And this combat. This was
Cast a magic spell. Looks like.
That's that deceptive glamour spell.
Yeah. That's all that's happened.
So the Wolf Riders fight. This time he kills 2 and I killed none. I roll a 3 and stick.
Wow.
Again.
He's got, what, 15 attacks coming in on you? Hitting on 3s?
Yeah, but this is really irritating me because the Wolf Riders will not get out of my way.
Yeah.
So I said, please just kill them. So anyway, they roll a 3 and they stick where they are. And then this fight is just a huge mess.
Yeah.
Because the Ed Bashers coming in the flank, you can see they
Just
do
vaporize those guys.
They killed 6, but they also have the big flank, the charge, 3 ranks, banner. Now I have 3 banners in this fight. I'm sorry, 2 banners in the fight overall. They just pounded them. This is after that he fails all.
It's all one big fight. So
he lost every combat by. I mean, he lost. It was one big fight. They lost the combat by 7.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so many dead being pulled off, especially the unit on the right because I hardly touched them.
Yeah. Cornering one guy.
Right. So anyway, so that's where that ends up being like that.
Anybody adjust?
What's that?
Anybody adjust?
You can see the Ed Bashers have shifted down just slightly, but that's the only one that adjusted. The Sirens, are in a position they can shift down if they want to.
Yeah.
But they don't want to. No one wants more Black Orcs pounding on them. Iron Orcs. So anyway, so we looked around at what this is. The guy charged in here on the right. This was turn 5. We're getting ready to go into turn 6. Oh, sorry. Bottom of turn 5. Forgot to mention the gargoyles on his turn charged in to the bottom right to the war machine with 2 gargoyles. He did 2 wounds, and then with my 4 attacks, I killed his 2 gargoyles.
Okay.
So the gargoyles weren't even there anymore. This Wolf Rider unit here, you see it here in the center, is in position to get back in front of the mage again, the demon again.
Right.
And he said, you know what, if you don't mind, let's just call it. And he did. We added up the points. I gave him the Wolf Rider unit there, but because they also were calling time, we could have tried to push another round through, but I don't think we would have got through the full round. So we called it where it was, and basically I gave him the Wolf Rider unit. He gave me the 2 remaining units there in the center, and he got both you Wolf Rider units, and we stopped it.
Okay.
So then we pretty much added up the points that were left, and it came up to a 16-4. He got 500 points out of me. Came up to be a 16-4 with the bonus objective because the Ed Bashers, before they did this charge, you pick up the token at the beginning of the turn.
It was that one, okay.
They picked it up before they charged in this flank.
So you had 1, he had none.
So I have 1, he has none.
Yeah.
So I won the objective as well. So finished the day on a 19-1.
Okay.
So, like I said, at least pulled myself up to a respectable middle of the pack number rather than where I was after day 1.
Middle-ish.
Well, ended up being 37 out of 67 or something. So, anyway, wasn't quite middle.
37 out of 67.
66. I think there's 66 or 67, 68
Oh, number of the placement.
And I placed 37th. So
okay, I was just looking at the number of points you had against the maximum.
Oh no, don't. Let's not look at that. 24 and 19 is what, 43. 43 out of 50. 50 is half. So I guess it's not that far off of even half, is it? Anyway, but it was. So anyway, this was an interesting game. playing. If this game play this game a second turn and time, and I don't think in any way it comes out this way.
Mm-hmm.
This big scrum in the middle really cost him.
Yeah.
The second unit of sirens coming in and just because they're not doing much to the Iron Orcs. The Iron Orcs are going chop and shield, and just kept trying to keep an armor save. And
yeah,
it's just tough.
Yeah, he's -2 AP though, so.
Yeah, I'm still have a 5 up.
Yeah, he's got a good number of attacks.
He's still got to hit me on 4s.
Yeah.
He's still got to wound me on 4s. So.
Oh, I mean, it's not a fight that one of those units is going to beat a unit of Iron Orcs. But.
Right. And the one on the he's limiting. He has limited attacks coming in on the Iron Orcs.
Yeah.
On both of them, because the one in the flank, I think at that time he charged me, I was only 2 deep.
Right.
So he's only getting 4 of them in. The one on the right, we're single file.
Yeah, no, he needs the flanks because he can't. None of his units, except for the big Gribbly, can. Even he has to be worried. Can fight your Iron Orcs face to face by themselves.
Right. I thought the big ones could, and I don't
think they can.
You don't think so?
They're not survivable enough.
Could be. I thought the big ones could.
I mean, they're great. I love them, but I think they're really good for hitting flanks and stuff. Still only strength 4, you know. Yeah, you get the +1 to wound, but that doesn't.
So the question. Let's see if I've got a better picture of it. We did have a kind of a rules debate, not really debate, but question. We were both like, "What happens here?"
Mm-hmm.
This combat you see here, the big center thing.
Right.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units all tied up into this one because there's still 2 of the clawed fiends. Actually, it looks like there's 3 clawed fiends still left.
There's 3
at this
there,
point.
yeah.
So anyway, so what happens is it's sitting like this. He does his attacks because he's much faster than me.
Mm-hmm.
He kills 4 Iron Orcs.
Right.
So I lose those 3 in the back, and I have to lose a 4th one.
Right.
So I've got to lose 1 from one end or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to take a unit out of combat if I do that.
Right.
So we couldn't figure out what had to happen on that.
Yeah, my interpretation is you take the guy on the right and everybody slides down to keep
when
in contact.
When we were looking at the rules ourselves,
mm-hmm.
when we were going through them, it says the priority is to keep the maximum number of units in combat.
Right.
Is what that says is the maximum priority. Mm-hmm. And when we talked about that briefly, if we took the Iron Orc on the left, that takes out 1 out of combat. Either way you take out an Iron Orc, it takes 1 unit out of base contact with the Iron Orcs.
Right.
But it doesn't say. It says maximum number of units in the combat.
Oh, okay.
So we looked at it as like, okay, well, there's 5 units in combat. If I take off the one on the left, 2 of those come out of that combat.
Right.
If we take off the one on the right, only 1 comes out. So we went with the one on the left. I mean, the one on the right has to come out. And then the next rule question was what happens to the sirens? And we thought they were left out of combat because they could not slide down because there's a unit right beside them that's already engaged.
Yeah, I thought that they could slide as long as that unit can slide.
Yeah.
And then not reduce the number of models in contact.
So after posting on the Q&A forum, that's the way we resolved it was there was the TO walked by and he says, no, you take the one on the right, the orc on the right dies, and the 2 units on the left, like you just said, the 2 units on the right slide down. Both the units slide, even the one that's already fully engaged.
Right.
To let the sirens come back in corner to corner. So I posted this on the forum Q&A. When we accepted it, no one's arguing.
Sure.
Because we were just confused. We didn't know how to do it.
Because it wasn't going to affect anything in the grand scheme of things anyway.
Correct. Well, it was also... The other thing with taking the one on the right that was also big is the one on the right is on the hill. Mm-hmm. And the big demon over there is off the hill. I mean, so there was a chance if he killed the Wolf Riders, he may be free to make it in the next turn or whatever. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so like I said, that's what the Theo called, so we called that, and that's the way we go. So I posted it, and and they were very clear that we chose the right casualty. What they have not answered yet, as of yet, and I'll post it if they do, is if both those units do slide or not. So they have not. I mean, we thought that the unit on the far right would just have the no more foes rule and just sit there.
Yeah.
But like I said, the ruling was from the Toyota that everything shifts down, which really crushed him because there was a -7 combat result.
Right.
So he needs Snake Eyes to pass his combat test.
Right.
And now, all 3 of those take 7 dead guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is devastating.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But that's the way it ended up.
I was like, if you can, you do.
What's that?
Stay in combat. If there's a way to do it, you do.
Yeah.
But that's kind of also maybe interpretation because of playing 8th edition.
Exactly.
You never know.
All the old editions we played and whatever.
Yeah.
But so we'll see.
Yeah.
The Wolf Riders, the Wolf Riders over here, I think they finally broke on the final round of combat. I just didn't take a picture because we were picking up. So, but anyway, like I said, it ended on a high note, at least for me. Another great player. I had 5 games against players I would love to play again, which to me is, no matter what my score is a good tournament.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can add on to that, I had 3 games, which we'll eventually do those. I had 3 doubles games.
Right, the day before.
With other people that I would love to have played again. So I played a total of 8 games up at this tournament. I had a fantastic time in every game. So got that going for me.
That's good.
If you can't win, at least have a fun time.
There is that, yes.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
We'll call it with that. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.